As you leave this aircraft, kindly remember that.
So even though Vietnam has just now started, it's already one of my favorite places I've been.
And any successful day always starts with a good breakfast. This lady was so sweet. She kind of invited me over because she saw that I looked a little confused, and she asked if I wanted to banh mi, and there was no way I could say no to that. So I got a little banh mi here.
Oh, good.
This is called a moto taxi, which means you're essentially taking a taxi on a motorcycle. He seems real nice. It's a little chaotic, but it's the cheapest way to travel while you're in Saigon, so definitely recommend this. Plus, it's kind of nice getting the sights of the city like this.
Thank you.
So I've reached my first destination, Tan Dinh Catholic Church, but there's just one problem. This is a crosswalk. I don't know how to get through this besides just making a run for it. Let's see. Oh God, don't run me over. Oh God, don't run me over. Oh God, don't run me over. Oh, it's beautiful. So I just found out that you are able to go inside, but it's at 5 p.m. only. So if you do come check it out and you want to check the inside out, make sure you come at 5 p.m. I think I may have to come back here. I really want to see what the inside looks like. Something else that I wanted to mention is this little garden area that's set up is beautiful. It's got a Christ the Redeemer statue. Looks very similar. I don't think it's the same thing, but looks beautiful. And it's got a little park that they've set up. So I promise I'm gonna get better about this, but something I wanted to talk about were the prices, like my daily expenses for the day. So let me give you a little bit of background on that. People are looking at me so weird. I'm talking straight into the camera. Yeah. So okay, let me just start. Let me just keep going because people are gonna keep walking. $1 equals 21,000 Vietnamese dong. That's the currency here. This morning I started with a banh mi for breakfast. That cost 15,000 dong, which is less than $1. That's less than what you would pay for a McChicken at McDonald's, and I'm telling you, it was way better. Then I took a grab bike from the hostel into District 1. My hostel is in District 5. All the churches and all the touristy things are in District 1. So it's pretty far away. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. But that only cost me 26,000 dong. That means I only paid about $1.50, if that, for the grab taxi. So it really doesn't cost very much to get around, and it doesn't cost very much to eat. I really can't recommend this church enough. Definitely come here. It's beautiful. And just about maybe 500 feet from Tan Dinh Church is Tan Dinh Market. Let's go check it out once we can cross this street. Oh, lordy lord. So from what I've heard, this market is supposed to be very, very big for textile purchases, and that makes sense as soon as we've entered. And also, because of Tet happening in the next 10 days, everyone is out buying gifts for their loved ones. Tet's kind of their Christmas when it comes to gifts. It's a time where all Vietnamese people will go back to their homes, if they live in the countryside, or wherever their parents live, wherever they can get together as a family and exchange gifts and just have a time for family. So these markets are very, very, very packed right now because it's so close to Tet. I really recommend that even if you're not going to buy anything, you should really come to this market purely because of the colors, the smells, the things that you see. It really is worth it. It's beautiful. Mini shrimps. Little baby shrimps. Shoes, shoes, shoes. In Saigon, place is limited, so you try to make the most of what you have. I feel like these places have all of the inventory that Ross has locked up in one shelf. So just like every other market in Saigon, this one also has a food area lined up right outside. I'm still full from my banh mi, but I may have to come back here before I leave this place. Selling fresh fish, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, anything you can imagine. Those look like eels. I don't want to eat those. That looks like a catfish. Maybe I'll eat that. Those look like goldfish. Maybe I'll put them in a bowl. On a hot day like this, all you need to bring your body temperature down a little bit is either some sugarcane juice or some coconut water, which is literally on every corner. So make sure you grab some of this. So good. Now, you did see the inside of the market, but the market actually carries on outside also. And this is a look into that. So this is the Jade Emperor Pagoda. It's like 15-minute walk from the Pink Church, and the whole walk was a really nice walk. I stopped and had some tea, and I highly recommend you come check this out, especially at this time of year, right before Chinese New Year. There's a lot of people coming here to pay respects to the gods, and it's a great place to come. This is where I had my second snack bash thing. Once again, a banh mi street food market. I would say it was good, but it wasn't as good as the actual street food. I think this is a market of street food. It wasn't as fulfilling. It wasn't as fulfilling. Now I'm gonna show you guys the market. Flowers, flowers everywhere. So Tet Festival, which is a New Year festival, is very big in Vietnam. So one of the biggest things about it is flowers. Also, I know I'm going about this information as I go, but I'll give you more information as I get it, I promise. This is not going to be one of those travel shows where the guy traveling knows everything about that city. I never understood that. I never understood why those people were going to that city if they already know everything about that city. I'm like, I don't learn anything. I get there and then I'll try to learn in Google Maps and Google and everything. Oh, I need to buy one of these. What? I think they take this down every day. So you have to imagine how much work that must be. Taking down all of these. So unfortunately, I have to leave the market because if I want to catch the sunset, I have to leave now so I can make it there in time, and I'm always late, and I don't know if I'll make it, like always, but let's hope I do. So if I wanted to make the sunset in time, I had to take one of these, which once again, you could just get on the side of the street. This is costing me 30,000 Vietnamese dong, which means I'll explain later, I don't remember right now. But this means that I will hopefully make it there on time. Let's hope. This really is a cool way to travel. The feeling you get when you're driving a motorcycle is unbelievable. It's great, it's phenomenal. So to get that feeling without having to drive a motorcycle and be able to get around, it's way more fun than a taxi. I really believe it. Thank you. I was just sitting on one of these like walkways, I guess, between, and this is water. There's goldfish in there. There's, sorry. Just walking by. And you could just sit down here and hang out. No one's gonna bother you. And people will walk over that. Hold on, let me show you. There's a guy making some stuff over there. That stuff is this. He walks around and asks you, hey, do you want any? And I just went, one, because I didn't know what I was even ordering. And I had this thing the other day, and it's delicious. It's so good. And it was 15,000 Vietnamese dong, which is, I don't know, like 75 cents. It's insane. That's the view. The sun is going down. Cars, there's chaos all around. But there's this little piece of heaven right here. It's great. It is great. So this is day one of exploring. It's been an amazing day. I was able to do so much because once you got into District 1, everything is fairly close to each other, so you can just walk from one spot to another, and then for the most part, I thought the prices were fair. It's been a great experience so far. I'm gonna let you know when I get back to the hostel the grand total of how much I spent today. And great start to Vietnam life. I think that's what I was most excited about with traveling to Vietnam and Thailand, that you're able to afford some luxuries of life that you don't necessarily have the ability to back at home. So that was a very fulfilling thing today. Saigon, you have won me over in one day. It didn't take very much effort at all. I'm gonna go back to the hostel. I'm gonna take a night in and see where it goes. Saigon, thank you. Thank you for an amazing time. I have so many more cities to see in Vietnam, but I have a feeling that it's going to be one of my favorites.